The Toyota RAV4 was an early pioneer in crossover vehicles, those family-friendly SUV-looking things that are designed and drive a lot more like a car than a truck. Now, I see it as a pioneer once again with the new RAV4 hybrid that just came out. Not only is it still fairly unusual to see a crossover with a hybrid drivetrain, but this particular hybrid is showing off how far Toyota's technology is ahead of the competition. By now, everybody knows what a hybrid does. It uses both a gasoline engine and electric motors to get good gas mileage. But it's the nitty-gritty details that set the different hybrids apart. For example, when you press the gas pedal, most hybrids start out under electric power before the gasoline engine starts up. In less refined hybrids, you can hear and feel the engine fire up after you're rolling. It's very obvious. But in the new RAV4 hybrid, I could barely tell, literally barely even sense when the gas engine kicked in. It was very subtle, almost imperceptible unless you really stomp hard on the gas pedal. Another example. Hybrid cars use what they call regenerative braking to charge up the batteries every time you press on the brake pedal. In the less refined hybrids, the brakes feel funky and jerky. You can really feel the brakes grabbing in this odd sort of way. But in the RAV4 hybrid, the braking was so nicely refined that it didn't feel all that different from a normal car. It's still noticeable, sure, but it wasn't as jerky as some of the other hybrids I've driven. In addition to the new hybrid drivetrain, it gets the same upgrades as other RAV4s for 2016. New front-end styling that makes it look more like a truck, and a back end that looks cleaner. And inside there's a new instrument cluster, more soft-touch materials on the door, and better materials on the dash. So it's a nice upgrade, but still not necessarily the best fit and finish in its class, in my opinion. It does have a very roomy, functional cabin with lots of cup holders and storage spaces. That's something Toyota really seems to get right on their cars. Then, of course, there's the big question about the hybrid model. What kind of gas mileage does it get? Well, it's rated for 34 miles per gallon in the city and 31 on the highway. And keep in mind, the RAV4 hybrid is all-wheel drive, so it's a huge improvement in city mileage compared to the gas-powered, all-wheel drive RAV4. The gasoline version gets just 22 miles per gallon in its city rating, so the hybrid gives you a whopping 12 miles per gallon better than that, which is a massive, massive difference for people who do a lot of around-town driving. Pricing starts around $24,000 for the refreshed 2016 RAV4, and around $28,000 if you want the hybrid version.